Hello, my name is Willis Lamb, Field Supervisor of the LRTC Technical Large Animal Rescue Team in northwestern Nevada. We are an all-risks team that covers multiple counties. We may run anywhere between 400 and nearly 600 calls per year, depending upon what's going on in the field. But one consistent issue we have to be aware of with respect to a variety of call types involves hypothermia. With horses in particular, hypothermia can cause serious and even fatal consequences if not managed properly. The purpose of this video is to share some of the veterinary recommendations and the techniques that we use to properly handle and rescue horses that are potential victims of hypothermia. In the field, there are many scenarios that are predictive of possible hypothermia. Ice rescues are self-evident. Horses caught in floods can experience hypothermia. Horses bogged in cold water can experience hypothermia. Horses caught in mud flows can experience hypothermia. Horses exposed to constant cold, wet winds can experience hypothermia. Even horses caught in heated pools in August can experience hypothermia. So what is hypothermia? Hypothermia involves an abnormally low body temperature, precipitating or actually causing damage to functional systems and vital organs. With horses, their periphery can withstand fairly substantial temperature changes, but their vital organs cannot. Horses will try to protect their core temperatures, but prolonged decreases in core temperatures can result in serious and sometimes fatal vital organ damage. Oftentimes, a horse suffering from significant hypothermia will become very calm, helping to limit cold peripheral blood from perfusing to the core. Our job is to extricate the horse from its situation while avoiding stimulating this cold blood flow. The normal temperature of a horse ranges from 99.5 to 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit. When that temperature drops below 95 degrees, the impacts of hypothermia will start to occur. If the core temperature drops below 86 degrees, the horse is entering a critical stage. With range horses, and in some rescue scenarios with domestic horses, we're not going to jump in and get a rectal temperature, so we need to assess the overall situation, and if there are any incident indicators, we must assume the potential of hypothermia until proven otherwise. The normal pulse rate ranges for horses are from 28 to 40 beats per minute, depending upon the size of the animal and the degree of pain or stress. Normal respirations range between 8 and 16 breaths per minute. We may not be able to obtain a pulse rate in many circumstances, but we can always observe breathing. If observed pulse and breathing rates fall outside these parameters, it's time to expedite transport to a large animal veterinary facility. We have to be aware of a condition known as afterdrop. While we may be in the process of warming or stabilizing the horse's exterior, the core temperatures can continue to drop as cold blood and muscles and other tissues continue to circulate, impacting the heart and vital organs. With a veterinarian present, warm IVs and warm gastric lavages can help address this issue. In most cases, we are going to have to manage this situation by using best practices and preventing further loss of body heat. Here are some critical rescue protocols. Naturally, not all of these protocols can be implemented with range horses, so we may have to make some judgment calls. First, size up the scene. What are the weather conditions? Is there a possible exposure problem? How long has the animal been immersed or bogged or trapped in snow? Does the horse appear dehydrated? Dehydration can adversely impact circulation and make proper handling techniques more critical. Check rectal temperature if possible. Otherwise, look for outward appearances such as shivering, lethargy, unusual calmness, and lack of focus. If a veterinarian is present, access a large vein and provide warm IV fluids. Handle the animal as gently as possible, avoiding cold blood perfusion to the core. Once clear of the entrapment, check rectal temperature if possible. Check vital signs that they are within normal ranges. Initiate surface warming. This could be in the form of blanketing, providing hot air under blankets, or moving the horse into a heated space, but never rub the horse. Assess the need for further intervention in the field if available, and then transport to a large animal veterinary facility for follow-up care. Sometimes it may be difficult, but we need to extricate the horse with as little handling as possible. Place it on a glide for any movement, not dragging the horse directly over the ground, as the friction will stimulate the perfusion of cold blood. When preparing to move a downed horse, get the horse off the cold ground and onto the glide or a slip sheet, then apply a blanket. When using the glide, strap the horse with the straps outside the blanket. With range horses, a hypothermic horse will be very lethargic. Extricate with as little handling as possible, preferably landing the horse on the glide or slip sheet. Then blanket and monitor. Typically, once the horse is stabilized, it will eventually stand up and walk away. With more complicated rescues, the same basic principles apply. Move the horse as short a distance as practical for recovery. Drag it over slip sheets if it can't be landed onto a slip sheet or glide. Blanket and let the horse recover on its own. If a range horse doesn't start to recover within a reasonable period of time, or if environmental conditions worsen, notify the range manager and prepare to transport to a more appropriate location. Let's recap some key points. Always consider hypothermia as a potential risk. Handle the horse as little as possible. Move on a glide or slip sheet, not directly over the ground. Never rub or stimulate the horse. Minimize exertion on the part of the horse. It's a common mistake to try to get the horse up and moving. If its temperature is still unstable, any exertion early on can cause a collapse of the horse's temperature regulation. Whether down or on the hoof, cover and protect from further heat loss. Appropriate aftercare, when possible, can be critical. This horse fell into a 90-degree heated pool during the night in August. Prior to the arrival of a veterinarian, it was extricated and blanketed. Eventually it got up. It started walking around and immediately started shivering. It was again blanketed. The veterinarian arrived and determined an abnormally low core temperature still existed. Further heat loss was managed. Exertion was limited. Following stabilization in the field, the horse was transported to a veterinary facility and made a full recovery. Thanks for watching this video. We hope that it has provided some useful material. For more information, please visit lrtcrescue.org.